this office, through the ambassador, have been able to help us educate our people here and fight for the diaspora election, for diasporas to vote, voting rights, which we presented at the national conference, and it's been accepted. It was accepted by the national conference. We're waiting the referendum. On voting the referendum, we believe that it will sail through. We couldn't have achieved such feats without people like Okey Emuchay. He has done wonderfully well for the all Nigerian nationals and diaspora, and we tend to be by him at all cost.
Well, thank you for this opportunity. Okey Emuchay was a rare breed. When I mean a rare breed, you know, in an organization like the consulate, Nigerian consulate, prior to his coming here, it was difficult to assess anything in the consulate. It was very difficult. But when he came, he was so humble that he was able to go to all the crannies of South Africa where you have Nigerians. He came to Durban where I was. He went to Cape Town. He was able to interact with every Nigerian so that they will feel the impact of them having a consulate. Before, you could ask anything you wanted from Nigerian consulate, it was difficult to assess them. But when Okey came in, for instance, the passport, it was difficult to assess it. But when Okey came, they brought a strategy where they would go to the provinces and capture Nigerians, which reduced the burden of Nigerians. I could also say we had a xenophobia problem here. Okey Emuchay went out to the provinces to make sure that Nigerians were protected, you know. But one distinctive value he gave us was that the humility and the vision he carried. He wanted Nigerians to be united. That's why he wanted a strong Nigerian union, which was a body he wanted to use to reach out to Nigerians. And he ensured that that organization is living up to today. Even though he has gone back to Nigeria, that organization is living and waxing strong. And the organization is working very well with the consulate now. That is what Okey achieved. Okay, not only that, he encouraged a lot of South Africans into Nigeria to go and invest in Nigeria. So this is a man with a vision, and most, importantly, I thank God that he has decided to go, and the people of Abia State had called him to come to be to aspire for the position of governorship of that state, and I give all my support to him.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I believe he will bring a lot of positives in Abia State.
I remember at one time there was a rally that was conducted, and the Nigerian Union was able to, call upon the government of South Africa to come out. You guys were able to do a rally to inform the people of South Africa that this is not the way to go. And we were also made to understand that the consulate was very much in support to see that happen.
Let me come in on the issue of the xenophobic attacks.
Yes.
There were a number of instances, but the peculiar one was that specifically aggression directed towards Nigerians in Rustenburg, Northwest. And it was terrible, unbelievable that people ran away from Rustenburg. Then I remember I was still the president. We went to Rustenburg, had a serious meeting with the mayor of Rustenburg, and met a number of stakeholders, the police and the immigration in Rustenburg, and managed to stabilize that sector, which guarantees those people to continue to do business in Rustenburg. But that is not all about the man. The man has got a simple way of delivering his services effortlessly, like he's not working. You seem to think this is not the same office other people have been handling. I think he would have been the 6th Consul General of Nigeria to South Africa. But over the time he has been here, more Nigerians have been able to access the consulate residence, consular services. And consular services have been remotely delivered to provinces. So you now don't need to travel from Natal or Cape Town to Johannesburg in order to get consular services. And also he has been at the forefront of getting the government to establish consulate offices in the provinces in South Africa, which I'm sure the government is also looking at those projects Now, then if you look at the small and medium businesses, and then the man has got in-depth knowledge of things that some small businesses have managed to the upper echelon through his personal and individual advice how to deal with things. Above all, there's no Nigerian Consul General has hosted as much government officials as much as he has hosted in South Africa. And in these all game plans, he brings all Nigerian community together and give unimpeded access to government officials to ask them questions on relative matters without any inhibition or not weights, and so on and so forth. And by so doing, a large number of Nigerians in South Africa has been exposed to the workings of government. Apparently, a number of binational commissions have been held between Nigeria and South Africa over time. But the last one was very important in terms of the agendas that were agreed upon and currently being implemented on. One of those agendas, which was a proposal from Okey Emuchay to give a 2-3 years visa regime to business people that travel regularly. So you don't need to come to the embassy often for visas. And now that 2-3 years visa enables you to also work in Nigeria and transact businesses in both countries. And that is also applicable to Nigerian tourists and South African tourists into Nigeria. And also a desk was the trade desk was made more elaborate in terms of information delivery to tourists and business travelers. Above all, the unit or this consulate formed a formidable relationship with the Chamber of Commerce, and by so doing, getting people to become members of the Chamber of Commerce. One of the things that should be known is that most young business people do not understand these structures and the institution. And Okey Emuchay in various sessions lectures most of our business people the benefits of becoming part of a business community so that you can be able to enjoy the services delivered by those business community. Now, what I'm saying that the outcome of this binational commission and the functions of this institution accelerated the progress of business between the two countries within the time of Okey Emuchay to very extremely elaborate format. In fact, in the last 4 years, you now see people who say, I work in Nigeria 1 week and I come for weekend in South Africa. And that hasn't been there. The relationship between the two countries has improved dramatically, especially at the middle, upper middle, and lower middle class level. And I think it has always been there, but somebody engineered this engagement that brought it to this level. And that's where the Consul General, the Ambassador Okey Emuchay, came in building such a relationship.
Mr. Sadebe, all this discussion, all this program, all this journey we are talking about, and Honorable Okey Emuchay is embarking upon, all road leads to Abia State, which is your state. I may even feel a bit jealous that we are not from Abia State, but due to the fact that we know who the man is, all Nigerians in South Africa today has come out in their numbers to say the light has come. The next level is on course. What message can you give to Okey Emuchay in this journey, and also to the people of Abia State, of whom this whole work is going to rain on?
See, you cannot have a world-class performance if you don't have a vision.
That's good.
And from what the interaction I've had with Okey, I know Ambassador Okey Emuchay, he has a vision. We have sat down while I was working with, I was the President of Nigerian Union, KwaZulu-Natal. We have talked about the Nigerian issues, how to develop the Nigerian issue, and how to get our people here to go to Nigeria and develop. And he has indicated a lot of things, ranging from infrastructure to waste management, that Nigeria can do with themselves. So he has encouraged a lot of people. And now that he's in this seat, he intends to go and do it. What will I do? It's a plus for us in Abia State. So he will do that he has been preaching for, that he's been doing in South Africa, he will go and implement it. It's a plus for Abia State. And we welcome him. I will give him all the maximum support I will. I do have to make sure that he achieves the objectives.
I'm Henry Hollingdrake, director of a company called AmiCorp Pty Limited. We, in the course of what we do, we are involved with a number of clients who do business or going to set up business on the African continent. And that transfer of, or cross-border affiliation and cross-border work between South African corporates and into the rest of the continent, with a focus on West and East Africa, is a result of my experience in the continent that I've had. I met Okey Emuchay at the time he was Consul General, and in my capacity as President of the South African Nigerian Chamber, the relationships between our chamber and Nigerian business people and politicians and officials in South Africa and Nigeria were very crucial to the success of the chamber, not only from a research and knowledge perspective, but also in terms of facilitating visits from either Nigeria into South Africa or South Africa into Nigeria. He did appreciate the value of the chamber and the value behind it in terms of all the large South African corporates who are a member of that chamber and wishing to go into West Africa. In conclusion, I have to say that during the testing time of the problems between South Africa and Nigeria, specifically relating to visa issues, he, without a question of doubt, comparing from a South African authority perspective to a Nigerian authority perspective, and from my perspective at the South African Chamber of Commerce, South African Nigeria Chamber of Commerce, he stood head and shoulders above anyone else in terms of how he wanted to deliver a service and how he actually communicated very quickly and effectively what was happening on different fronts with the thorny issue of the visas. Knowing full well that the impact that one has between the two countries, he nevertheless gave us full information as to what was happening so we could communicate that to our members, and they were very, very grateful for that.
He's the only person that Nigeria has given an award. We have room to give award, other awards. We can have more than Grand Patron, but we are not giving anybody Grand Patron any award because we are very, very careful on who we give award, and it's not easy to go through process of selecting somebody for an award. Yeah, because all the provinces we have to get involved in scrutinizing that person. So it was after our election in Bloemfontein that all the provinces demanded that we need to recognize the Consul General then, and we had a meeting, our NEC meeting. Our NEC comprises of the national officers and chairman and secretary of the 9 provinces, of all the provinces, and everybody agreed. There was no discordant voice that he should be awarded the Grand Patron because of the work he has done in the Nigerian community in South Africa, because of the work he has done for Nigerians here.
Thank you, gentlemen, and as we continue this special program of a documentary of time and the service of Okey Emuchay, the former Consul General of Nigeria in South Africa. I am sitting here today with the bodies and the executives of Ohaneze Ndibo. This organization, as an Igbo man, I have great respect to this organization because this is an organization that tells the story of Igbo people. This is an organization that covers the tradition and the culture of Igbo people. It is an organization put together by the founding fathers of Igbo land. every Igbo person, both home and abroad, bows to this organization because it is seen as the father of Igbo people. And I'm very glad and happy to be sitting with the executive of this organization, South African branch.
From all indication, you find out that Igbos in South Africa command almost 90% of Nigerians in South Africa. I have to be honest with you that Igbos has benefited a lot from Okey Emuchay, especially the consul services being rendered to Nigerians in South Africa. And Okey Emuchay, for a little I know about him, I have not worked with him, but for a little I know about him, he doesn't discriminate where you are coming from in rendering his services. And from all indication, I think he has done a lot for Nigerians and the Igbos at large in South Africa. So I believe that Igbos will give all they have to support Okey Emuchay, his vision to lead Abia State to the next level.
Thank you.
Now, when Okey Emuchay came here, I said there is one Emuchay they have always referred to as one who donated his property to Ndibo to have as our headquarters. He said it was his father. He mentioned that address. He personally mentioned that address. I said, wow. So no wonder, that's where you are coming from. I said, for me, I am a die-hard Igbo man. And in the Abia State University, we dress, there are days, because I'm a great Ikenga. I am a great Ikenga. And why I say I'm a great Ikenga is because Professor A.E.R. Fibo, who was a professor emeritus, said that an Ikenga can never be an Ikenga without a passable confidence in Ikengology, which I had. So when I look at Okey Emuchay, I say, no, this man is a man I can work with because he has love for Ndibo. Yeah. The type of things Ndibo, we as Ndibo, are suffering. It's not a time we need to. It's not a time we need to play with whoever is going to be our leaders. We must choose people who, one, have love for the people, who is a blue blood Igbo. A blue blood Igbo is somebody who as well has interest to serve our people selflessly. Yes. Selflessly.
I believe that Okey have become a nomenclature name in South Africa. I believe that we will not speak much about Okey. We will believe that if he has a chance to be the governor of Abia State, he will speak for himself.
Honorable Okey Emuchay, MFR is an enigma. Is a man you cannot really finish talking about. I am saying this very objectively against the background of what I know about him. I am not an Igbo man. Neither am I from Abia State.
Yes.
So what I'm saying to you is what I know about him as a person. And it comes from the background that in the course of my work as Bureau Chief of the News Agency of Nigeria for those number of years, I worked with the very first Nigerian High Commissioner to South Africa, the first Consul General to South Africa, the second, the third, down to him, yes. Both in and out of my position then. Because even when I left work, I still continued to engage them, yes. Either in the Nigerian community space, in the space of business, or on a one-to-one basis. I find Honorable Emuchay very, very different in the sense that he is a man with a lot of vision. He is a man who is able to transform vision into reality. He was the one Consul General who gave access and created access between the community and the office. Yes. During his period as Consul General, he made the consulate the home of Nigerians. He made it very, very possible for Nigerians across the divide, whether you are professional, you're non-professional, you are educated, non-educated, rich, poor. He created a platform. He was a rallying point. He created a platform where everybody met and interacted and felt at home being a Nigerian. He made the consulate the home of every Nigerian. He made his official residence the home of every Nigerian, where you could go and feel at home.
Honorable Okey Emuchay, MFR, as my brother rightly described, is a huge enigma. He is a man of immense potential. He is a performer. He is an achiever. He is friendly. He is a bundle of talents. He is a great listener. He is a brother. He's a friend to all. He is a man who is detribalized. He has no color. He is a man you will hold and hold your head high that you've got somebody by your side. He is a man whose word is his bond. He is a shy person. He is a very shy person. He does not leave or allow his words to fall on the floor. Whatever he says, he tries. He goes out of his way to do that. He believes in human capital, enrichment of human capital. He believes in emancipation. He loves to serve mankind. He will tell you, I was born to serve. I've been orientated to serve by virtue of my job. I am ready to serve. This is a man who will create time to even attend funeral service of a Nigerian whose house help passed away somewhere. That tells you the level he goes. This is a man who remembers your name and your conversation with him you had with him maybe 2 years, 3 years back. This is a man who calls you by your first name. This is a man who will introduce you to other business-minded people you never met. And he will tell you that, Mr. So person, I think both of you can work out business. Abia should count themselves extremely lucky. He tells you that business is business. This is the man that advises business people, those of us who are in that field and other Nigerians, never change the rules of the game. Agreement is agreement. That's the short point. So, to me, I believe Abia has gotten a rare breed of person. A man that will take Abia to the next level.
Honorable Okey Emuchay is a man that his story is very interesting to tell. And that is why we took up the challenge. And we have met with the people, they have spoken. And now we have put it into a documentary to give back to you people of Abia State, for you to study, go through it, study it, listen, watch, and see the role this wonderful man has played. It is too many to mention. If we are to talk of his role in making it easy for South African investors to go into Nigeria to invest. South Africa today is the businesses that come from South Africa is in every Nigerian mouth. You know, it is, the impact is well known. We have seen it. Likewise here. And for us to find out that Honorable Okey Emuchay was the man behind the successful passage, the person behind the creation of this passage, this smooth passage of foreign investment from South Africa into Nigeria, becomes a great story to tell. The growth of any country, the number one hardcore growth of any country, still lies on foreign investment flow into such country. And for Honorable Okey Emuchay, through his mission, successfully was behind the inflow of South African businesses into Nigeria, which is up to, if we mention this, is in its hundreds. One can only imagine what will happen in Abia State should he becomes the governor of Abia State, because all these investors are lined up to work with him, to follow him wherever he is. And they strongly believe that should this man becomes the next governor of Abia State, doing business in Abia State will be as the same smooth and running as he did it when he was the Consul General of Nigeria in South Africa. So to you, Honorable Okey Emuchay, Nikes salute you and thank you for your wonderful work. Thank you.